I need the one. Hello, everyone. This is Amy of AJC Magic TV. I welcome you in. I'm sorry I was running late from an appointment. Um, we'll do some 70s and 80s trivia. And I do welcome you in. I know others are live stream. I know I was late, so I do apologize. Make sure you check out Zippity Doo Dug at 7 p.m. Check out Tea Time Mary Ellen at 7 p.m. Also Joy S at 8 p.m. The This and That Crew at 9 p.m. I see Dave's down at Walt Disney World, so I'm guessing him and Steve will be on location, and he'll have somebody else running in the background at home. Also, check out This Our Dreams. Jennifer Caruso, and Dave Stragan. Welcome in, Dave. Thank you for dropping in. Also, check out the Pete McDevitt Show. Dean of the Live Place.com. Dean of the Live Place. He has a channel, The Live Place. He's also Dreamer's Empire. Check out also the Philly Crew. Samantha Lowe, Dinners with Donna. And I'll just start reading the different trivia questions. If people come in, then they get to choose and get points. If you're watching the replay, let me know how many questions you got correct. I'm going to be putting out a survey of other things because I think I'm going to have a Star Wars trivia night for some of the Star Wars fans that are out there. Also, next week, I probably will go live sometime on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. It just depends on something before because of the holiday of Thanksgiving. So I hope you, if you're going to get ready to travel for Thanksgiving, be safe, have a good time. And if you visit families or friends, have a good time also. Welcome in, Dean the Turkey Leg Stir. Thank you for joining. And I also ask you to hit that thumbs up button. Check out our other video shorts. I'm going to start Vlogmas on December 1st. Going to be something a little bit different this year. But Vlogmas. Also, I think the next few days with Thanksgiving, I have a book. Since people like food and the holidays, it is Weird but True Facts of Food. Various food and stuff like that. So look for that. There'll be like little shorts, probably about 5 to 10 minutes long. I might do them in the morning. That way they'll be live, but then you can watch the replay. Check out, we're also going to try to get to Kennywood this weekend and everything. Welcome in, Timothy Rainwaters. So let's get started with the trivia, and then we'll go from there. I'm looking for my phone so I can make sure, keep track. And all I ask, if you hit the thumbs up button or leave a comment if you're new or watching the replay. If you're new, consider subscribing. Check us out. Hopefully we'll get down to Disney World soon. If not, then we'll be definitely trying to go in 2025. So let's get started. Welcome in, Kathy Hollister. I'm not sure if anybody else has that problem, but when I go into my own live stream, I can't get the ultimate chat. So that's why I use my alternate account that I use when I attend church online. So it's not a funny name in the chat when I say good morning and everything. So just so you know, when you do, if I do emojis or anything like that. But for some reason, when I go into my own chat, it does not let me do the all messages, and it only keeps me in top chat. So I got to look at that whenever I do that. Okay, welcome in, Timothy Rainwaters. Welcome in, Michelle, and we'll get started. And we'll start with the 1970s, and you can pick the 80s or 70s. And if we really get desperate and nobody's answering, I will pull out the 90s. But for now, we're going to do 1970s and 1980s. They're like television shows, technology, entertainment, like music and movies. So here we go with the first question. Which Motown singer won the 1973 Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer in her role as Billie Holiday and Lady Sings the Blues? Welcome in, Jason Thibodeau. Thank you for joining. But which Motown singer won the 1973 Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer in her role as Billie Holiday and Lady Sings the Blues? Welcome in, Zippity Doo Dug. Welcome in, Gloria Thibodeau. I'll read the question one more time for people that are ninja watching or watching the replay. Which Motown singer won the 1973 Golden Globe for Most Promising Newcomer in her role as Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues? And I do have the answer in the chat. Both Gloria and Jason got it with Diana Ross. Diana Ross. So Gloria got it first. So she gets the 2 points and Jason gets 1 point. For Diana Ross. Good job, everyone. Welcome in, Timothy Rainwaters, and congratulations to you on your new grandbaby. She looks precious. And that'll be exciting taking her to Walt Disney World at some point. Okay, Gloria wants to stick with the 70s. Complete the famous tagline from Alien. Complete the famous tagline from Alien. In space, no one can hear you blank. Complete the famous tagline from Alien. In space, no one can hear you blank. Welcome in, it's Joey's World. I'll read it one more time and then I will give the answer. Complete the famous tagline from Alien. In space, no one can hear you blank. It is Scream. Yeah, it didn't, Lisa, only because I didn't have a stream set up because I had an appointment and it was running late because the place was busy. And I just started the stream as soon as I got home. So the answer is Scream. It's Joey's World got it first. So I do apologize. But it's Joey's World got it first. Then Jason. Then we had Timothy Rainwaters. Kathy Hollister. Sorry, Dean. But you're the comedy relief tonight there. Yeah, so that's why I probably didn't give a notification. But thank you for dropping in. Welcome in the Curtis family. Let's see if anybody else got Scream. They did not. So it's Joey's World. You can pick the 70s or 80s. 70s or 80s. Excuse me. I'm guessing it's Joey's World's going with the 80s, or they might be sticking with the 70s. Okay, the 80s. Okay, here we go. The 1980s. Which 1980 musical comedy starred former Saturday Night Live members John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as a pair of friends attempting to put their band back together? Which 1980 musical comedy starred former Saturday Night Live members John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as a pair of friends trying to put their band back together? And we have the answer. It is the Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers. So Kathy Hollister got it first. Then we have It's Joey's World. Gloria. Timothy Rainwaters. Welcome in, T-Town Mary Ellen. She got it. 1 point for T-Town Mary Ellen. Jason Thibodeau. Anybody else with the Blues Brothers? And don't forget to check out the live variety show on T-Town Mary Ellen. Also, Zippity Doo Dog goes live at 7 p.m. also. So, T-Town Mary Ellen, 70s or 80s? T-Town Mary Ellen, 70s or 80s? Mary Ellen. Okay, she wants to go back to the 70s. Okay, the 1970s. Here we go. The 1970s. What is the name of the school attended by both Danny and Sandy in Greece? What is the name of the school attended by both Danny and Sandy in Greece? The name of the high school in Greece. What is the name of the high school in Greece? And I do see the answer in the chat. It is Rydell High. Rydell High School. Oh, I had the Dale right. But it was Rydell High School. So we have T-Tom Mary Ellen. Then Gloria Thibodeau. Kathy Hollister. Welcome in, Annie Koo. I think Gloria is right. Yes. And Jason. So we'll give Gloria the thing. Now, I think that is Rydell. Rydell High. Okay, Gloria, you get to pick the category 70s or 80s. 70s or 80s. Yeah, like Bobby Rydell. Okay, Gloria wants to stick with the 70s. Also, check out Zippity Doo Dog, T-Town Mary Ellen at 7 p.m. They have both. T-Town Mary Ellen has a variety show. Doug has his Hump Day Hangout. Joy S is on at 8 p.m. This and That Crew at 9 p.m. Check out It's Joey's World with his new video. I gotta check that out. I started watching it and then got distracted, so I will rewatch that. And check out the Pete McDevitt Show. But here we go with the 1970s. Thank you, Dave. The cast of which 1978 musical includes Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Richard Pryor. The cast of which 1978 musical includes Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Richard Pryor. Which 1978 musical includes Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Richard Pryor? And we have the answer. It is The Wiz. The Wiz. And they actually did I think a television remake of The Wiz. Because I did catch that, but I did watch the original Wiz. Plus, I believe they also had I know in Pittsburgh they had the actual Broadway show at the Heinz Hall. Either Heinz Hall or the Benham Center. They usually do the shows down there. But Dave Stragan came in first. And then It's Joey's World, Gloria, Kathy Hollister, Timothy Rainwaters, Jason. Yes, got to ease on down the road. The original Wiz was great. Yes. Now you have that song in your head because it's like a earworm song. Did you answer? Let's make sure anybody else didn't answer. Okay, Dave, you get to pick the next category. Welcome in. Okay, he wants to stick with the 70s. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick. Thank you for joining. Okay, here we go with the 1970s. Which Marx brother accepted an honorary Oscar at the ceremony in 1974? Which Marx brother accepted an honorary Oscar at the ceremony in 1974? I know I can only remember one name of the Marx brothers, so it could be an easy answer. I'm going to read the question again and then give the answer. Which Marx brother accepted an honorary Oscar at the ceremony in 1974? And it was Groucho Marx. Groucho Marx. So we had It's Joey's World and Kathy Hollister. And then we had Gloria Thibodeau with Groucho Marx. Okay, I'm guessing we're going back to the 80s. The 1980s. Here we go. Unless they want to stay with the 70s, but I'm guessing they want the 80s. Here we go. Which actor starred in the 1982 romance comedy Tootsie as out of work actor Michael Dorsey? Which actor starred in the 1982 romance comedy Tootsie as out of work actor Michael Dorsey? I'll read it one more time. But which actor starred in the 1982 romance comedy Tootsie as the out of work actor Michael Dorsey? It was Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman. So Movie Mania Nick comes in first with the answer. Then we had Kathy Hollister. It's Joey's World. Jason Thibodeau. Gloria Thibodeau. Yeah. Okay, Nick, you staying with the 80s or going to the 70s? 80s or the 70s? Okay, here we go. Get your fingers ready because this is pretty easy. But here we go. According to the 1988 film of the same name, how many times do you have to speak Beetlejuice's name before he can be summoned? According to the 1988 film of the same name, how many times do you speak Beetlejuice's name before he can be summoned? How many times do you have to say Beetlejuice's name? And the answer is 3. The answer is 3. So Movie Mania Nick got it first. Then Jason Thibodeau, Gloria, It's Joey's World, T-Town Mary Ellen, and Annie Koo. Oh no, now it has to travel all the way to Washington State. But good job, everyone. Okay, Nick. 1980s or okay, you're gonna stay with the 80s. Okay. I just need to grab a couple other cards. Okay, here we go with the 1980s. Which West Philadelphia duo won the first Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance for their 1988 single, Parents Just Don't Understand? And you can name one of the people. If you name both, you get 2 points. If you only name one, you get 1 point. But which West Philadelphia duo won the first Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance for their 1988 single, Parents Just Don't Understand? And the answer is DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Movie Mania Nick, I'll give you the point for Will Smith. He was the Fresh Prince. You'll get 1 point. Then It's Joey's World got the Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. And it's not Jeff of This Our Dreams, but it's DJ Jazzy Jeff. Then we had Dave Stragan. Jason got 1 point for Fresh Prince. Gloria wrote both. So she gets 2 points. But Nick, you get to pick the category. Nick gets to pick the category. 80s or 70s? Okay, you're sticking with the 80s. Okay, here we go with the 1980s. What is the wait a minute, I'm sorry. What is the alliterative 2-word name of the band whose members had the nicknames Mike D, MCA, and Ad Rock? What was the name of the band whose members had nicknames Mike D, MCA, and Ad Rock? And it was a 2-word band. 2-word band. What is the alliterative 2-word name of the band whose members had the nicknames Mike D, MCA, and Ad Rock? This one's hard unless you really watched them. But it's not Oingo Boingo. I'll go ahead and give the answer and then do a new 80s question. But it was the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys. It was the Beastie Boys. Welcome in, Wolverines Forever. Sure, Dean. Okay, here we go with the new 80s question. The new 80s question. Which Grammy award-winning musician was responsible for the 1984 album Purple Rain? Which Grammy award-winning musician was responsible for the 1984 album Purple Rain? Welcome in, Wolverines Forever. One more time, and then I will give the answer. Which Grammy award-winning musician was responsible for the 1984 album Purple Rain? It was Prince. It was Prince. So Kathy Hollister jumped in there with Prince first. And then Teton Mary Ellen. It's Joey's World. Gloria Thibodeau. Jason Thibodeau. Wolverines Forever. And Dave Strigan. Okay, Kathy. What category would you like? Oh, Movie Mania Nick. Sorry, Nick. I just saw you in between. Sorry. You did get it. You're right after Kathy Hollis, sir. Sorry about that, Nick. Okay, she'd like to go back to the 70s. The 70s. Here we go with the 1970s. Which movie out of Jaws, Jaws 2, and the 1976 King Kong made the most money at the worldwide box office? Which movie out of Jaws, Jaws 2, and the 1976 King Kong made the most money at the worldwide box office? I'll read it one more time and then give the answer. But which movie out of Jaws, Jaws 2, and the 1976 King Kong movie made the most money at the worldwide box office? It was Jaws, the very first Jaws. So we have It's Joey's World first. Then we had Movie Mania Nick. Then Wolverines Forever, Jason Thibodeau, and Kathy Hollister. They split the draws in the Thibodeau home. Okay, It's Joey's World, going back to the 80s. 79's for a change. Okay, here we go, the 1970s. Which film, Jaws or King Kong, doesn't show the monster until 53 minutes into its running time? Which film, Jaws or King Kong, doesn't show the monster until 53 minutes into its running time? Multiple choice, either Jaws or King Kong. Which film, Jaws or King Kong, doesn't show the monster until 53 minutes into its running time? And the answer is King Kong. King Kong. So Movie Mania Nick was first. Then we have Wolverines Forever and Gloria Thibodeau. Good job, Movie Mania Nick. Okay, you can pick the next category, Nick. Okay, you're staying with the 70s. The 1970s. Okay, here we go with the 1970s. A recording of which animal forms the core basis of the sound made by the TIE fighters in Star Wars? A recording of which large animal forms the core basis of the sound made by the TIE fighters in Star Wars? I'm going to read the question again and then give the answer. A recording of which animal forms the core basis of the sound made by the TIE fighters in Star Wars? And I see the answer. It is an elephant. An elephant. It was an elephant. So It's Joey's World gave the correct answer of elephants. Although the heffalumps look like they're elephants and in Winnie the Pooh. But yes, it was the elephants. Whales were used on the Star Trek movie. I was gonna day Jeff after White Castle the next. Oh, say Jeff. Okay, you're staying with the 70s. Hang on. Let's do this. Okay, the 1970s. Here we go. Which crime fighting show is home to the characters of Huggy Bear and Captain Harold Dobie? Which crime fighting show is home to the characters of Huggy Bear and Captain Harold Dobie? It was a television show. And it's a cop television show. But which crime fighting show is home to the characters of Huggy Bear and Captain Harold Dobie? Ah, it's kind of a hard one. But we'll see. Welcome in, Kay Wilby. Thank you for joining. No problem. Welcome in, Regina Erie. I hope you had a good time running around Florida. I'm sure it's pretty tiring. I'm going to read the question one more time. Which crime fighting show is home to the characters of Huggy Bear and Captain Harold Dobie? And I do see the answer in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and give the answer. It is Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch. So Dave got it first. Then Wolverines Forever. Kay Wilby got it correct. Gloria got it correct. And Jason. Okay, Dave, you can pick the next category. Okay, you want to stay with the 70s, the 1970s. Here we go. Peter Falk provided his own wardrobe for Columbo's iconic outfit. In the show of the same name, what shabby item was he famous for wearing? Peter Falk provided his own wardrobe for Columbo's iconic outfit in the show of the same name. What shabby item was he famous for wearing? I know Regina kind of wears that on a water ride. Another, not a poncho, but it's something similar. I'll read it again. Peter Falk provided his own wardrobe for Columbo's iconic outfit. What shabby item was he famous for wearing? And the answer is raincoat, or I'll take the trench coat. Raincoat or trench coat. So Kathy Hollister was first with raincoat. Then it's Joey's world. Yeah, you're really having a struggle tonight there. Then Gloria and Jason. Kay Wilby. Wolverines Forever. Michelle Camera. Welcome in. Kamara. train coat. Okay, it's Joey's world. Let's see who got it first. No, actually, Kathy Hollister gets to pick the next category. Kathy Hollister. Kathy Hollister. Okay, she's going back to the 80s. Going back to the 80s. Here we go with the 1980s. In E.T., what kind of animals are shown being released into a classroom to prevent them from being dissected in the school science lab? In E.T., what kind of animals are shown being released into a classroom to prevent them from being dissected in the school science lab? And some of you might have dissected them in like 9th or 8th grade biology or science. I know I did one of the years. I think it was 8th or 9th grade. We dissected this. And E.T., what kind of animals are shown being released into a classroom to prevent them from being dissected in the school science lab? And the answer is frogs. Frogs. So Movie Mania Nick got it first. Then we had Kathy Hollister. It's Joey's World. Jason Thibodeau. Gloria Thibodeau. Oh, then Regina Erie. There you go, Regina. You could tell Jeff you beat him in trivia the next time you see them. I did that in science class too. I did, and it smelled bad. Yes. Yes. And the show. Okay. Make sure you check out Hump Day Hangout at 7 p.m. with Zippity Doo Dog. Also, Tea Time Mary Ellen does a live variety show at 7 p.m. Joy S. Has her sassy game night or sassy crew there at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., this and that crew. Pete McDevitt show, whether it's sports or later on for his Disney Insomniacs. Check that out. Also, check out This Our Dreams, Jennifer Caruso, It's Joey's World, Movie Mania Nick, Dave Strachan, also Donna and Samantha Lowe. I'm glad I didn't do that in school. Yes. And Movie Mania Nick, you can pick the next category. We'll do this question and one more. But Movie Mania Nick. Well, maybe that'll get him the good. Okay, he would like the 70s or the 80s. The 80s. Well, all the teasing he does about you and Jennifer, that'll be a good way to get him back in a way. But here we go with the 80s. In which 1984 film did Robert Englund originate the character of Freddy Krueger? In which 1984 film did Robert Englund originate the character of Freddy Krueger? One more time and I'll give the answer. In which 1984 film did Robert Englund originate the character of Freddy Krueger? It was A Nightmare on Elm Street. A Nightmare on Elm Street. So Movie Mania Nick got it first. Then we had It's Joey's World, Regina Erie, Gloria Thibodeau, Jason Thibodeau, Michelle Kamara. The first and second films were creepy. Then after that, it got too silly. Oh, yes. Yes, I agree there, Movie Mania Nick. Okay, the final question of the night. Because that's almost as bad as Michael Myers and Halloween, and then Jason in the Friday the 13th. They all kind of got crazy after that. But Movie Mania Nick picked the final category of the night. Okay, the 80s, the 1980s. Hopefully you saw this movie for everyone. But here we go with the question. What kind of contraption functions as the time machine used by the title characters in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? What kind of contraption functions as the time machine used by the title characters in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures? We'll see if anyone else answers. But one more time with the question. What kind of contraption functions as the time machine used by the title characters in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures? And the answer is a telephone booth or a phone booth. I guess they were kind of making fun of I can't think of the show now, the TARDIS, because that's kind of like a phone booth there. But I can't think of the name of the show right now. It just went out of my mind. But Kathy Hollister got it first. Yes, Doctor Who. Thank you, Kathy. Then we had Movie Mania Nick. Then It's Joey's World. Gloria Thibodeau. Jason. And let's see who else got it. No. Okay, it was a phone booth. Okay, great job, everyone. But It's Joey's World squeaked it out there with 20 points for first place. Gloria Thibodeau had 18 points. Jason Thibodeau, 16 points. So It's Joey's World, Gloria, and Jason were the top three. Then Kathy Hollister had 15 points. Movie Mania Nick, 14 points. Timothy Rainwaters had 3 points. T-Tom Mary Ellen, 6 points. Dave Stragan, 8 points. Annie Koo, 1 point. Wolverines Forever, 6 points. Kay Wilby, 2 points. Michelle Camara, 3 points. And Regina, 2 points. So there you go, Regina. You got 2 points. You beat Jeff because he was not here. He's probably in Epcot dancing away. But or maybe helping out the guys there. But I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you for joining. Check out Zippity Doo Dog. check out T-Town Mary Ellen. Check out Joy S. Jennifer Caruso and the This and That Crew and Pete McDevitt show later this evening. Check out It's Joey's World's video. And check out Dean of the Lie Place. He hosts my channel and many other channels, plus he does his own shows also. I believe he did one on Friday night, so you could always go back and watch the replay. So thank you very much all for joining. Have a great rest of your week. Next week, I have to decide if I'm going to do it on Wednesday. It all depends on something. If not, I will go live on Tuesday evening. And and it'll probably be some Thanksgiving questions. And then we'll do our either 70s, 80s, 90s questions. So thank you and have a great night, everyone. And like I said, if I don't see you, have a great holiday weekend with Thanksgiving. I know not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving if you're not from America. But don't forget to check that out. So have a great night, everyone, and thank you for joining.